Brothers and sisters, Jackie Johnson and Mary Kay Henry, the president of the Service Employees International Union.
I stand here today to represent the 565 tribes across this nation. As tribal nations coming together within this nation, with one nation, we create our union and our strength. Our strength is your strength. Mary Kay?
Our strength is your strength. Let's say it together. Our strength is your strength. Our strength is your strength. I am proud to stand with Jackie Peda from the National Congress of American Indians today. We met each other yesterday. I'm sure you're all meeting each other today, and we know as one nation that we are stronger together. Is that right? And we know as one nation that when we join hands as healthcare workers, public service workers, janitors, security officers, all of our union brothers and sisters, young people, old people, all across this nation, that we can make change happen, and that's why we're here today. Is that right? SEIU brothers and sisters are here today because we've had it with a corporate America that insists on higher and higher CEO pay and bonuses while workers are losing their jobs. And we are not going to stand for it any longer. We are standing up and speaking out against corporate greed.
We're here standing together because we care about healthcare delivery systems to make sure that even the first Americans have access to health care. We care about equal education. We care about the fact that our next generations are our future industry leaders, our educators, and they'll make differences. We care about our veterans who've gone across the seas to fight at war, only to come home where poverty and crime has wounded our communities. We stand together as sisters. We are your neighbors.
Are you standing with us, sisters and brothers?
We are one nation coming together.
We are one nation coming together.
Again, we are
one nation coming together. Thank you, brothers and sisters.
And in my own language, we call that whooshin. Whooshin, coming together. Help me say it. Whooshin. Whooshin. Goodness cheese, ho ho.
Our next artist was featured on Russell Simmons' Deaf Poetry Jam. His prolific stage performances bridge the gap between hip-hop and poetry. His spellbinding presence continues to bring poetry to the mainstream. Ladies and gentlemen, Black Ice.
So what happens in neighborhoods where the self-esteem has been overshadowed by the decay and the children no longer play the way they used to? Where young boys choose to follow figures that had no father figures, a place where lives have been reduced to mere names on my wall. A lot of dead shames on my wall because most of my childhood friends died over some dumb stuff. It's like we all on some slum stuff. Whatever happened to that, we shall overcome stuff. Where I'm from, stuff has changed. They done took away boys' clubs and neighborhood sports. It's a place where little boys put on jerseys and shorts, dream big about stardom on fine hardwood courts, but awake to the harsh reality of the stripped, unfinished inner city floor where life splinters. Cold winters are sheltered by crack houses instead of recreational centers that they claim to not have the paper to keep open for operation. The deconstruction of the poor family has been in perpetuation ever since Willie Lynch set his theory in motion. Decharacterization was his sole promotion. Therefore, if you take the basketball out of his face and put the coke in its place, he'll still score. What's a young boy to do when he doesn't want to do right, but there's a lock on the right door when he has the heart of a soldier, the aggression of a prize fighter, but no one's taught him what to fight for. See, most of our families are fatherless and quite poor, so we miss out on meals as well as kisses and hugs. You got the audacity to cut the funding for the facilities that keep us off the streets, then ask us why we sell drugs. But imagine if we put down our dice and guns, picked up our daughters and sons and put a little love right there where the hate is. Imagine if we had the chance to become accountants before being taught what the difference between wet and dry weight is. Imagine if these little inner city kids had the same type of schools that these rich kids had way out there in the sticks. Imagine if we had the chance to learn chemistry for real before we learned how to whip 7.5 out of 6. Imagine if that little black girl could go to that dance school for free and learn to love the dream of that Broadway show. Imagine if she wasn't forced into a game where you assume a filthy name and put your soul and your behind up a show. Imagine if she was taught to love herself, imitate no one, demand and demonstrate respect when she walks in a place. Imagine if she watched the telly and saw herself as the first lady instead of 4 o'clock video face. Imagine.
Shoes on their feet, how people living in the street. Oh, there's a solution.
You a great American patriot, Mr. Van Jones.
All right. Good to be here. I think they had their turn. It's our turn now. It's our turn now. It's our turn to put our vision forward. And it's important that we do that because as beautiful as today is and as beautiful as we are here together in this bright sunshine, we're going to be going home soon to some dark conditions. And there are people who would love to be here right now, but they can't because they're home dealing with tough situations. Right now, there's somebody in Indiana or Michigan, Ohio, somebody who's an industrial worker, somebody who knows how to build cars, somebody who has the best training in the world, but they're sitting idle, and they don't know when they're going to work again. Right now, there's a mother somewhere watching her child go out into an urban neighborhood where they don't have enough programs and enough opportunities. She doesn't know if she's going to ever see her son again. He may be in jail tonight or on his way to a grave. She's looking at this demonstration hoping there'll be some answers for her. Right now, there are people in red states, rural farmers, who had a little family farm for 2-3 generations, about to lose it because they can't have enough income. They don't need hateful rhetoric. They need real solutions. And we've got real solutions. Right now, there's miners who are drilling holes down in Appalachia, trying to pull out the coal to power America in the same old way. There are oil workers risking their lives off our coast, drilling those holes, trying to power America in the same old way. And what we want to say is that those heroes that have been powering America with oil and coal by drilling those holes, we respect them. They're our heroes. They've gotten us this far. But America's future is not down those holes. America's future is not down those holes. If you want to see the future, look up. Look at the sun. Look at the Saudi Arabia of solar power we have beaming down on us that could help to power America. If you want to see the future, look up. Look at the wind. Look at the sky. Imagine the wind power that we could have powering America in a new way. Let's put America back to work. Our scientists tell us that if we do not begin to move off of oil and coal and these greenhouse gases, we're going to bake the planet. So the most important work that we have is to repower America in a clean way. Let's connect the people who most need work with the work that most needs to be done. Fight pollution and poverty at the same time. Beat global warming and the global recession at the same time by putting America back to work. That's what we can do together. Let those industrial workers build wind turbines. Each wind turbine, 8,000 finely machined parts, more than a car. Each wind turbine, as much steel as in 26 cars. We could put America back to work, our steel workers back to work, our auto workers back to work, building wind turbines to power America. And if we had wind farms off our coast, when they collapse, you never have a wind slick that comes and messes up the environment. I've never heard of a wind slick or a sun spill. There's a smarter way to do this now, and we can do that. Let those children in urban America be trained to retrofit houses, to put in new windows and boilers and furnaces and insulation and solar panels on top so houses waste less energy, so we can save grandmama on her energy bill, but also create jobs for those kids in the community. There's a smarter way to do this, real solutions. Let those farmers who are out there have a new business to be in. They don't just have to be in the food production business. They can be in the energy production business. Let them put those wind turbines on their property. Let them grow an energy crop. Let them capture carbon in the soil and participate in the carbon markets. We're not just talking about an agenda for blue states and urban America. We care about folks in red states too, and we have real answers for them. Real answers, not just hateful rhetoric. Real answers. So in conclusion, let me just say this to you. We have an environment in crisis and an economy in crisis. The earth is overheating, the temperature is going up, and job prospects going down. We can fix them both at the same time. We have the opportunity to put the one solution in place that will fix them both at the same time. And if we do that, we will finally have an environmental movement in America that is certainly correct in saying we shouldn't have any throwaway aluminum cans. We don't have any throwaway aluminum cans. We don't have any throwaway newspapers. That's right. We should be recycling those dead materials. But we also don't have any throwaway children or neighborhoods or workers either. And let's have an environmental movement that can take care of that too. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.